Welcome to this week's Fridays at 5. In this week's edition, we'll be looking at the ongoing fight to preserve gun shows and all that they bring to the California 2A community. We'll also be looking at elections that are close in sheriff's races in portions of our state, as well as looking at the general election coming up and our business affiliates. Earlier this week, I met with Dana Loesch to talk about the critical Riverside sheriff's elections and a lawsuit that was filed in that same election. For my comments, go to Dana Loesch, Relentless, on NRA TV. Now we go to Kevin Small to recap what is going on in the defense of our gun shows here in California. This week, Ventura and Orange County Fairgrounds both met to discuss the future of gun shows there. Kevin.
So we've got two topics on the agenda today. Both of them are going to be county fair board meetings. The first one, which was a meeting that happened in Ventura, while gun shows were not on the agenda as they were the month prior, there was a report from the ad hoc committee that reported simply they were doing their due diligence. We're going to be looking forward to hearing from that committee more next month, which is going to be on the 27th. I want to encourage anyone and everyone to show up at these meetings and show support for the shows. Whether or not these items are on the Fair Board agenda, they are always welcome in public comment. You can be certain that the opposition is going to continue to show up, and so do we.
Kevin, thank you for that update and the success that we have seen and the continued fight that will be moving forward as the antis move against gun shows throughout the state of California. And now, for our business affiliate of the week, we go to Heather, who's at Bullseye Sports in Riverside.
Hey everybody, happy Friday. Today I am here with Vince, the owner of Bullseye Sport in Riverside County. Vince, thank you so much for having us here today.
Thank you for coming in.
Can you tell us a little bit about your store?
Well, my store has been in the city of Riverside. Next year will be my 10th year. Prior to that, I did gun shows for about 15 years straight. I'm getting to the age now that I had to get a store.
And you also provide training, we saw?
Yes, here in the store we have basic firearm training. We also have intermediate and advanced, but our number one is basic firearm training. And now we're moving on into having reloading classes and rifles and shotgun classes also.
And do you have any sales going on, or are you planning on doing a big?
Well, right now we have a Glocktober going on. So for the month of October, all the Glocks are on sale.
Do you have a minute to explain the simulator that you have?
Yes, I have a simulator in the same room that is our classroom. And it's open to the public and it's free. And you can play games and you can also be trained. It has a fake gun that looks just like a Glock 17. And it works with infrared. This is a training mechanism that was developed for the military and police, and now it's also in the civilian version. But we also have games. You can play games. You can shoot zombies. You can shoot cowboys.
Well, awesome. We definitely have to check that out.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for answering all of our questions.
You're welcome.
It's been great walking around and checking out all your amazing firearms and picking up my new one today. That was exciting.
So yes, well, congratulations on your new 22 Browning pistol.
Yeah.
Great gun. You're gonna have a good time with that gun.
I know.
Thank you, Heather, for that wonderful update, and thank you, Bullseye Shooting Sports, for your support of the Second Amendment here in California. As we move forward towards the elections, we are seeing some really tough fighting in the county of Riverside in the sheriff's election. The National Rifle Association, the California Rifle Pistol Association, Gunners of California have pledged their support for sitting Sheriff Stan Sniff. From Bullseye Shooting Sports, we go back to Heather to discuss from the ground what some of our business affiliates have to say in this close and tight election. Heather.
And speaking of campaigns, there's a really big campaign for the sheriff in Riverside County. Can you tell us who you're supporting?
I'm supporting Stan Sniff. I've known them since I've been in the store. I support him strongly. I know a lot of the deputies. They come here also, and they also support him. It's an ugly race, but that's our new political thing. All races are ugly.
Yeah. So when you first walk up to your store, you see this amazing mural. Can you remind our viewers why you feel it's so important to remind your customers you got to go out and vote November 6th?
Well, you got to vote not just on this cycle, at every cycle, whether it's federal or state, but especially this time around. California, we've lost so much of the political conservative views, especially Second Amendment. We've lost that in all these years. I started in this industry in 1976, when you can just go into any store and buy any firearms you want. The political has changed it to the point that we almost have no guns left to sell in California, or at least we're heading that way. So I think that this is a very important year to bring in conservative political views that are coming in and are running, whether it's your local or even at the state level, like the governor of California. That's so important that we get a Republican in office for our governor.
Thank you, Heather, for what you have just shared with us. All of us need to come together as one and stand shoulder to shoulder and make our votes count. Not only is the future of our state, but of our nation is in our grasp, and we cannot fail our founding fathers in defending the Second Amendment. Make sure each of you are out there on November 6th, voting day, casting those ballots for Pro 2A candidates. You can go to our website and see where you can go to get the local voter guide to know who you should vote for if you don't already have that selection made. And as always, I want to thank you for joining us on Fridays at 5. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And remember, get people out to vote and stay together. Be safe, shoot straight, and fight back.